And shares in the spin-off of South African e-commerce group Naspers surged more than 25% in the first minutes of their market debut in Amsterdam today. Prosus comprises Naspers' global empire of consumer internet assets with a jewel in the crown, a 31% stake in Chinese tech titan Tencent. Euronext had given an indicative price of 58.70 euros per share for Prosus, implying a market value of 95.3 billion euros. The shares jumped to 76 euros on opening. The spin-off in Amsterdam marks the end of an era for Naspers as it looks to move beyond the legacy of former chief executive Koos Becker's persistent investment of just $34 million in Tencent when it was a startup in 2001, one of the most lucrative bets in corporate history. And the Bank of Ghana is strengthening its capacity to regulate lenders and avoid a repeat of a sector cleanup, which costs the West African nation more than 14 billion cedis. The Central Bank Supervision Unit is employing more staff and acquired a new IT system to monitor compliance. Last month, the central bank completed an overhaul of the financial sector, which started in August 2017. It has seen the number of lenders cut by almost a third to 23, second-tier lenders reduced to 25 from 40, finance houses to 11 from 19, and microfinance and microcredit lenders to 168 from 554. And Uganda has more than tripled the amount which bank depositors will be compensated when a financial institution collapses to 10 million shillings. To boost confidence in banks, the Deposit Protection Fund increased the insured amount from 3 million shillings to a limit set 22 years ago. About 98% of cash will be fully insured with a new threshold. The East African nation, with a population of around 40 million people, has 11 million accounts and deposits of about 20 trillion shillings. Zimbabwe's Finance Minister Mithuli Ncube has established a monetary policy committee in his latest attempt to stabilize an economy in free fall. The former economics professor appointed last year to get the economy out of a two-decade rut named a 9-member committee consisting of academics, bankers, and the governor, and 2 deputy governors of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. The committee, first muted in March, is a step towards the country setting a benchmark interest rate and introducing inflation targeting as the country's newly introduced currency plunges and its consumer price index heads towards hyperinflation. Ncube reintroduced the Zimbabwe dollar, which the country had abandoned in 2009, and banned the use of foreign currency in June. The unit, a precursor of which was tied to the US dollar at parity in February, is now trading at 11.6 to the dollar. All right, at the Nigerian Stock Exchange today, we saw some positive sentiment at intraday. Let's find out if that has changed, and Edidion Ewan will tell us. Hello, Eddie. Good afternoon. So what's the position of the market at the moment? We saw kind of a positive tilt at intraday.
Hello, Chimi. Well, thankfully, that positive momentum is still sustained at this time. We're currently up about 0.31%, and that's thanks to the consumer goods segment of the market, which is up by 1.65%. Nestle is up by 3.70%, and it has added about 40 naira to its share price. So investors are taking position, on that stock after it declined by 5% yesterday. Dangote Sugar is also up by 3.5%. So the consumer goods segment of the market is really pushing the market at this time. Industrial goods is also up 0.29% thanks to Cement Company of Northern Nigeria. The banking index is also up. UBA is up. GT Bank is also up, Although the oil and gas sector is unchanged and insurance is also down, but hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, the day will end positively today. We've seen a lot of activity around the financial services sector. We have Sterling Bank, Access Bank, UBA, and Mutual Benefit, so there's a lot of activity going on around there. So far, we've seen about 105.6 million shares worth 688 million naira traded so far. Sterling Bank is posting losses. UACN, Flour Mill, Dangote Flour, they're all down. But hopefully we hope that the before the end of the day, those losses will not deter, the positive gains or the positive track we are on right now, Chimeze.
All right, and of course, that positive optimism. We are already in midweek. What is the outlook for the rest of the week? Is that optimism still there?
Well, not really. We started the week negative. We're negative yesterday as well. We're just seeing these gains today, and we hope that these gains will continue. But so far, if there is no any stimulus or any catalyst, any strong catalyst by as the week goes on, we're still likely to see negative trends, Chimizi.
All right, Eddie, thank you. And for decades, a factory churning out visual pulp fiction destined for the street side market stores of DVD pirates, Nigeria's Nollywood film industry today is increasingly grabbing the attention and financing of global entertainment brands. Let's watch this.
3, scene 9, take 1, action!
Oya, shouts the director in Nigerian pidgin English. Actors take their marks. Lighting blinks on. The film crew snaps into action after the order to hurry up. It's another day in Nollywood, the affectionate nickname for Nigeria's film industry. The world's second most prolific after India, which produces hundreds of films and TV episodes each month. Aside from French group Vivendi's Canal Plus, others, including South Africa's MultiChoice, are using Nigeria as a testing ground for introducing streaming platforms in African markets with poor communications infrastructure and low income levels. In both cases, it's local production that's benefiting.
10 years ago, Nollywood was different, like very different. I started as an actor. I was a child actor, and trust me, it was not like this. Today we shoot with better cameras, we record audio separate from the pictures, we do things just differently. So in 10 years' time, yeah, the industry will be really, really different, and we're really growing very fast.
A room on the hotel's top floor is standing in for a colored dome on What Are Friends For, a rock comedy series that will be among new shows broadcast by Canal Plus in coming months. The company first dipped its toe into Nigeria 6 years ago, buying up local films, dubbing them and airing them on a dedicated channel, Nollywood TV, to viewers in French-speaking Africa. Its success led to the creation of a second channel. The agreement with ROC secures a steady supply of new films and series as the company eyes the further expansion of African content.
This is the first time you get people from big companies like Canal Plus saying, you guys are doing something awesome. You guys are doing something valuable, something we need. This is the first time the world is really seeing, as in seeing what Nollywood has done, like how far Nollywood has come. This is like a successful export of Nollywood content.
To properly develop African markets, however, Canal Plus must cater to their diverse audiences. Francophone Africa has no Nollywood equivalent. Producing shows there has been slow and expensive, so Canal Plus hopes it can use ROC to clone the Nollywood model.
And that's a wrap on the program. Thank you for watching. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwagu.